The Batman.
The Batman. God damn it.
The Reeves Batman.
Ooh, girl.
Which I'm a Batfleck dude.
Ooh,
I
I liked
like Batfleck.
He's good.
I
He flecked, he
back him.
batted.
He's perfect. He's like for his age. That era of Batman is awesome. And
That's not the era that we're talking about.
yes, and I'm in a DC group on Facebook, and this guy was talking smack about it. Somebody this thing I'm going to show you a piece of. We're doing this for educational purposes.
That's right.
Yes, so we're not
Disclaimer,
we're not just using
this is for
content that belongs
referential
to
purposes.
this stuff. These clips belong to DC Comics
We don't own
and
any of this
Warner
shit.
Brothers. So
Yeah.
we're just doing this for educational
But under
purposes.
fair use.
Under
we are
fair use,
allowed
that's right.
To show them for educational and referral purposes.
But some crazy guy actually saw the full thing that of what I'm about to show you, and he was like, "Yeah, it looks stupid. That's weak." And I'm like, "Are you crazy?"
There's no accounting for taste.
No,
Some people just don't have it.
There's always going to be people that are unhappy, no matter what.
Prime.
Yes. Just like your buddy with the with
Fucking game.
With the game, yeah.
with Arkham
So-
Knights. I said it again. Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights. There it is.
All right. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, without further
we're
ado,
gonna-
the Batman.
Yeah, we're gonna go through. This isn't the full trailer. I encourage everyone go watch it. It looks awesome.
Get your ass out
So-
there and watch that fucking Batman trailer. What are you doing?
Yeah. So here we go.
And then wait for a year and a
Boom.
half.
Look at that logo. I'm gonna pause. Whoops.
Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Let's look at that. What do you think of that?
I love it.
I think it's
What's
badass.
not to like? I like they did the ears on the A.
Yeah.
That's
I
super
I
clutch.
didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
And the just the whole color scheme is awesome.
I like they used a lot of red in this,
That's-
which kind of gives you that Batman Beyond vibe,
Yeah.
and I like it a lot.
That's my jam.
Yeah.
There we go. Boom. Warner Brother
This
action.
was the probably second most jaw-dropping thing that I saw.
that DC logo. I know.
of all of the stuff.
Commish.
You got the commish.
Commissioner Gordon.
The guy from Westworld. What's his name?
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright's
Everybody likes that guy.
perfect. Yeah, he's
He was
awesome.
Perfect.
He's awesome. You got the suit. The suit looks
And we got
badass.
some good shots of the suit, and it doesn't look nearly as stupid as it looked in those stills that we got a couple of months ago.
Yeah, and his cowl looks good too.
Cowl looks great. It
Yeah.
looked really dumb in those behind-the-scenes shots that we got, and I was pretty worried. I kept saying, like, oh, maybe it's just the motorcycle helmet, because, you know, he has a different hat.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, it looks like Daredevil." Blah, blah. It doesn't. It looks like Batman.
No,
it's
it looks great.
This is dope.
I think maybe they might have added some neck pieces on the side, because I feel like
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember.
give him-
I remember it was just a skull cap,
Yeah.
but it looks great.
Let's see here. Moving forward, and then we got there's a
Oh,
little
Bruce
young Bruce
Wayne.
Wayne. Looks
Not that young, but young. And I think that this is the wayward Bruce Wayne. This is when you had the Christian Bale movie. You
Yeah.
remember when he goes around the world and he learns all the martial arts and becomes the League of Shadows and just goes like backpacking, basically, and like f***s off. I think this is the Bruce Wayne that you're getting there. They condensed that into like a 10-second scene in the Nolan Batmans. I think that they're going to give him a little more play here.
this is and he's got the Gerard from My Chemical thing going.
The
Black Parade.
The
going.
look is good. I think the
Yeah, I
look
think
is
he looks
real
good.
good. He's got the angst. He's got that gritty, like
And he look at that look in his face.
yeah, that looks like Batman. If you
Yeah.
if you do this, I can see like cut the top of his head off, and that's Batman right there for sure. I know Batman want to see him.
Let's see here. That Cobblepot, man.
Yeah, and that's a Colin Farrell too, one of the handsomest men that ever lived.
That does not look like
Give her a little tick tick, and see if we can get the light. So close. It kind of looks like Val Kilmer. You know when Val Kilmer got fat?
I'll put back it up a
It
little
kind of
bit.
looks like when Val Kilmer.
There
There
it
it
is.
is, right
There
there.
it is.
Doesn't that look like the fat Val Kilmer?
Yeah, it does kind of look like dude. That I mean,
Ironically, Batman.
that is some insane makeup, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It doesn't even look remotely like Colin Farrell.
Not,
Not
at
at
all.
all.
But that's
But
awesome.
I think he's really gonna slay this role because if you play the Telltale Batman game, when that story arc I was telling you about that's gonna follow this, I think, they modeled that off Colin Farrell.
Oh, really?
Like it wasn't him, but it's like how John Constantine is actually Sting.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
and the guy that made John Constantine when Alan Moore made it's Alan Moore. When Alan Moore made Constantine, he said that he modeled him off of Sting. In that game, they modeled the Penguin off of Colin Farrell, and now Colin Farrell's in the film.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna
Fat Val Kilmer.
Let's
one
go
more time.
forward a little bit. Boom.
And
Then that is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the Riddler.
yeah, and
Which is weird, and like I saw a thing that this guy they end up with this in the trailer. They end up with a scene with the guy there. His face is all duct taped up, and for a minute I thought that was supposed to be the Riddler, that he duct taped his own face, which is crazy because you never have the Riddler with a face covered up.
right. And so I think that they're gonna give a little bit of a Nolan twist on the Riddler, and they're gonna make him a little grittier than he really is. Because in the comics and in the cartoons and in the TV shows, he's always a really like funny ha ha ha.
Well, they changed. You said they changed his name.
They changed his name, and so that's what I think. I think they're going to change his character to either. My two theories are: one, he's kind of like a Jigsaw character, where he's like a murderer, because I mean, in some of the DC stuff, Riddler is like a sadistic, like twisted murderer. Like he sets like the traps and builds like complex riddles and puzzles and stuff, and like makes you like choose between your sister and your wife.
There's a close up.
Yeah. So it's like that kind of gives me some Saw Hostel vibes, like the movie Hostel. And so I think that that's kind of where they're going to go with it, where he's more of a like, kind of like the movie Scream, you know, where it's like, do you like scary movies? Who was the killer in Friday the 13th? Oh, it was Jason. You're a fucking idiot. It was his mom.
And then they'll have David Arquette do a cameo
where he falls down the stairs. That was my favorite scene in that. But yeah, I can like this, and I would like it more, I think, if he has minions pretending to be him, and then it turns out that there's a reveal that the real Riddler has been like in a tower watching you on a TV screen the whole time. Like
and he's got a green thing.
I want him to have the bowler derby hat and I want him to have the question marks, like, and that's just me. That's what I want. But
I think that's a little bit too campy.
If they make
CW
this like
for this, like I think they're trying to make a grittier, more
real.
real.
And this feels very Nolan. This feels very Chris Nolan with this particular choice. But I can live with it if it's good, if he plays the character well.
No, well, let's move forward and see what else we got.
And if not, I'll boycott it. Y'all.
Haha. Then we got a little Catwoman action. Yeah.
What's it, Zoe Kravitz?
Zoe Kravitz, and she's perfect for this. And
perfect.
You get the little hood thing,
the
cowl. Yeah.
Yep. Little Selena Kyle action.
Yeah.
Any good Batman story.
Okay, this part I got to back this up a little because I want.
Those guys look like the dudes from Fury Road from Mad Max.
Yeah.
Notice me.
Again, this is for educational purposes, so we haven't been using audio and all this stuff, except where I think it's really important.
And this is one of those times.
This is a time, and the audio of this part when I saw this,
jaw on the floor.
I was like,
jaw on the floor.
This is perfect. Yep. This is gonna be good.
So now a moment of silence for the coolest part of 2020.
Oh yeah, this will probably be the 5 seconds that gets this pulled off of YouTube, but whatever.
Don't care.
It's worth it for people. For the 0 viewers that we have right now, it's worth it. For all you Brazilians, how many Brazilians are there?
A Brazilian of them.
That's right. All right, here we go.
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance. Girl. The car looks fine. We were all worried about the car. The car looks dope.
Super dope. That looks awesome. The whole scene.
What I really loved there.
The ass kicking is perfect. That's what I love about Ben Affleck's character.
He does beat the most ass.
Beats the most
ass
of anybody.
He beats the most ass out of any Batman yet, until now.
But this is a pissed off Batman. This is young, and he goes back for more.
That was my favorite part, is that because that's part of Batman's lore. He doesn't start off with the restraint that he has later. He's not. If you've read the Year One Batman comic, which is one of my faves, he's a lot more reckless. He's really a kid. He's still angry about his parents.
It's tormented emotion that makes people go back and do that.
He hasn't become this rock-hard, laser-focused, not like Dark Knight yet.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking mad kid with a bunch of money and a fucking chip on his shoulder. And he is going to whoop a lot of people's asses in this film. And that's what I want. I want Batman breaking people's arms and throwing them out windows. Because that key part is what makes him so good later. is that he has been angry.
Yeah.
And then he has forged himself in the fires of that anger and then becomes a detective where he's not mad, he's smart.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. But we're not going to get that in this movie, I don't think. He's going to probably get his first little taste of World's Greatest Detective trying to suss out who the Riddler is or what the Riddler's up to.
But the loss of his parents, that's what drives the entire creation of the character in the first place.
Right.
So he's got to beat some of that emotion out for the first few years.
He has
you
to,
know? It's
yeah,
like,
he has to hammer the blade. You know, he's got to temper the steel. And I think that in this movie, you're going to get a lot of him getting his ass kicked. Because that's another thing. In Batman Year One, Batman gets beat the shit like all the time. The first time Batman tries to beat some people, like he goes and like tries to fight a gang, and he gets fucked up, and I think he gets stabbed, and then Alfred has to like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like, I'm stupid, and he's like, you're gonna need a fucking bulletproof suit if you're gonna do this all the time. And he's like,
it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
They've hardly filmed anything, and they managed to piece together something great to watch. I can't wait till they get a little more stuff done. That one is supposed to. It's supposed to be October 1st, 2021 is the Batman.
Tentatively. These are all tentative.
That's what the interweb says.
The world might just explode before that, and we don't get.
We could have 6 more pandemics by then. You know.
Who knows? Yeah.